Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and today we'll be doing a Flash review. Let's get into it. Okay, before we start, I want to say the Flash is my all-time favorite superhero, so of course I was extremely excited to see this. Flashpoint's arguably the best storyline. My personal favorite is the origin story, but this is definitely the second best. It's probably the most well-known. We got Michael Keaton returning. We got Sasha Calle, so it was going to be amazing. And then it also got the bad stuff, delays, Ezra Miller drama, so on. Like, everyone was kind of iffy to see this. We just didn't know what to expect. The test screenings were pretty fantastic for this movie. So I saw this movie a day early than the worldwide open. And honestly, this movie is phenomenal. I loved it so much. Of course I'm biased, okay? Let me get that out of the way. I am biased. The Flash is my all-time favorite superhero. Seeing him in his own movie, I was beyond hype. But this movie, even if, it is a Flash movie, people were complaining before they saw it that this doesn't feel like a Flash movie. This is definitely a Flash movie, people, and I am very proud to say that because, holy cow, they spend a lot of time on our main character, Barry Allen. Okay, the humor in this movie is so well balanced with the emotion. It's not like Shazam where, ha ha ha, death. No, it's more like it knows when to do the serious moments and it knows when to do the humor. Kind of like Guardians 3, it had very well-paced humor. I thought that was really good. Michael Keaton is a show stealer. Sasha Calle is a show stealer. My personal favorite character, of course, is Barry Allen. His suit is actually pretty good in the movie. I actually kind of like it. Even though it's kind of one of the bad Flash suits, it's still pretty, it kind of fits the movie. Ben Affleck was actually pretty good in this movie. He's not my favorite Batman. He's probably like near the end of my list. And but to be fair, I'm a person who defends George Clooney Batman. Spoilers for this movie will be crazy. I said I was making a Guardians and Spider-Verse review. They haven't come out. I'll try to make them, but this one is a definite. I will take that with a grain of salt, knowing my reputation, but I will try to so hard because I love this movie. I thought I can't stop. Okay, let me get into some more stuff that I haven't talked about. The nostalgia in this movie, beyond amazing. If you watched the Batman 1989, yep. You would love this movie. I wasn't born in that era, kind of obvious, but still, it was good. It was a really good movie. It's my favorite Batman movie. Damn, they put a lot of nostalgia in here for those fans. Man of Steel references a lot in this movie. I haven't seen Man of Steel, but I know that it is a divisive movie, but it is explained pretty well in here. Now, the CGI was a bit but I got told that it was kind of on purpose, so I can look past that. Not a lot of people are trashing the movie because of the CGI, but there was some seasons where the CGI was amazing. And let me just say, I thought the CGI of him going back in time for the first time, it's different now than the second time, but for the first time, it looked really good. Really cool on the big screen. Now, it did cost $200 or something million to make, so, I mean, don't know what they wasted that budget on because of the CGI, but I'm assuming that most of that was paid to the actors. Okay, let me just get into something big about this movie. This movie has kind of a twist ending / villain. But everyone's complaining about that. Well, I think it is not a twist villain. You met that person and saw their kind of villainous act in the first half. Like, he's getting teased, and everyone's like, oh, it's a twist villain. But no, I could see that happening. And I could slowly unravel the plot. And then when I heard the twist, I kind of knew what it was. It's a mystery. But I got it because I'm so smart. It's kind of the opposite, but I somehow got it. So, I mean, I guess I am smart. Okay. I know I just did this, but another thing we need to talk about is the ending. Everyone's saying the ending is kind of terrible. It's not super good, but I thought it was pretty funny. Yeah, it's a pretty funny ending. The post-credit scene was also pretty funny, but if you rewatch the post-credit scene, you'll know something. I'll talk about that in my spoiler review, because a lot of people like Doom Blazer, Graffiti Films, Austin Burke, Sean Chandler, I don't think they like the post-credit scene that much, but it does infer something that could change DC forever and tease a sequel to this movie. I know there's going to be more Flash movies in the future, so I'm excited to see more Flash movies in the big screen in the future. Anyway, I think it's time we get to our review system. Future Jake, you take over. Alrighty, we got the review system up and ready, and let's start off with story. This is kind of the same thing as concept, so 10 out of 10. I might as well just spoil the concept right now. It's a 10 out of 10. It is really good. I love the Flashpoint story. Even though I prefer the origin story, which would have been an 11 out of 10, of course. Flashpoint is a 10 out of 10 storyline. Multiversal spin, really nice. Well, I'm not saying in the movie, but really good idea. Characters, that's gotta be a 10. Yep, I love The Flash. And then we got Michael Keaton's Batman, Sasha Kai Supergirl. We got some pretty cool cameos in this movie. We're gonna have to break that down. Comedy. Do I need to explain? This is probably the most comedic movie DC has ever made. DC is usually the dark superhero world, and Marvel's the light-hearted one, even though that's kind of unbalanced. Nowadays, like, DC is trying to be more light-hearted and Marvel's trying to be more dark. It's still kind of the way people say it. And this is kind of a jokey. And I like seeing a socially awkward Barry Allen. And then, yeah, it's really good comedy. There is one certain joke that everyone will laugh to. And if you tell me that you didn't laugh to, you're a liar. Suspense, that's a 10 right there. The suspense in the movie, I didn't know what the ending was going to be. I did not know at all. I had some guesses due to the comic book, which I do own. But it is kind of surprising. It is kind of a twist ending. But I was on the edge of my seat half of the movie. Well, actually, 3/4. So, yep. Action. I know a lot of people say they don't really like the Dune fight scene, aka the third act, but I loved it, even though the ending kind of just takes a turn of it and then leads to the ending. It's very hard to explain, but I thought the action in this movie was well done, and I gotta say, the Flash speed action is always amazing, so of course that is a 10 out of 10. Ending, we'll give it a 9. Being honest, it's a 9 out of 10 for me. It's a good ending for me. Like, I liked it. And the post-credit scene, we need to talk about that because a lot of people are hating on it, but it reveals something. Like, oh my god. I kind of like the ending, being honest. I know a lot of people didn't, but still. Execution, we'll give it a 9 out of 10 as well. Like, I'm not saying the whole movie was a 9 out of 10 movie. No, I'm saying, like, the execution of the story is a 9 out of 10, and then we got storylines and characters. Like, I'm talking about overall the story execution. So I'm giving that a 9 out of 10. It's still really good. Horror, I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10 because I'm not a horror nerd. But let me just clarify this. Horror fans, you will not be disappointed because they throw in some horror because, of course, there's extreme amount of horror in the comic book. They throw in horror, you will be pleased. Storylines, that's a 10 for me. Like, I don't really need to explain why it's a 10. If I do, I'm gonna go on a big tangent. I love The Flash, so every storyline he has, and having that storyline with his kind of younger and more spoiled self, and more privileged because his mom's alive, I thought that was really well done. And then the Sasha Kaye one was so good, like this one scene where she completely stole the entire movie, and then we got back to The Flash and he stole the entire movie again, because he is the best superhero in my opinion. So storylines were really well done. Overall, it's a 97 out of 100. I kind of expected it to be a Hall of Fame movie, but I didn't know where it would land because I love The Flash, and it just had to be a Hall of Fame for me. And I'm not saying like this is the one that you will love, because there's some flaws in the movie. Like, don't get me wrong, there are flaws to the movie, but there's a lot of positives that drown out the flaws, and it's kind of a, okay, I'm gonna say it. It's kind of a different take on The Flash. Like, I talked about him being socially awkward, but it feels like The Flash mixed with a comedy movie, mixed with a superhero movie, mixed with a horror movie. Like, it feels new. And I've been looking forward to the Flash movie for 4 years, if I can remember correctly. 4 years of waiting. Like, yeah, this movie was no doubt going to be the Hall of Fame, so there you go. What's your opinion on The Flash? Let me know down in the comments below. Spoiler talk soon. And yeah, I do have some surprises that I might do some stuff. I won't announce them yet. I'll probably announce them on the community tab. But anyway, that's it for me. Jake, out.